Diamond is the last rank in the Fortnite ranking system, which has 3 stages: Diamond 1, Diamond 2 and Diamond 3, which makes it a lot harder to level up through these ranks quickly and get to that elite rank as fast as possible. Well, I've recently made that movement, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can go from Diamond 1 all the way up to an elite level player and even push beyond that using the tips, tricks and playstyles that I'm going to show you guys in today's video. The background footage is going to be some of my gameplay as we grind through the Diamond ranks, and if you do find this video helpful, make sure you've dropped a like on it, smash that subscribe button as we're coming towards 3,000 subscribers, and turn notifications on for more Fortnite ranked content. Now let's get straight into point number 1 about how you guys can get out of Diamond. So my first main tip to getting out of Diamond is going to be learning a professional drop spot which you're going to drop at every single game. It's no good hot dropping at different locations all over the map, as again you are most likely to die off spawn a lot of these games, which will effectively harm your ranking process due to consistency bonus. We will talk about that more later on in the video. But what you guys want to do is pick a low-key drop spot where you're often uncontested or contested by one person. As you guys can see, I like to drop this radio station sort of complex north of Classy, where we're pretty much uncontested a lot of the time. And the reason why is you want to learn this drop spot, you want to learn the best routes out and the best routes in order to allow you to be more effective when you're looting up. The reason why is because you don't want to be taking off spawn shambles fights in Diamond. Again, if you die off spawn in Diamond, it's going to effectively really harm your progress more than any other rank due to the addition of the consistency bonus. Again, we will talk about that. But it's important that you guys make sure you are fully looted up, full HP and good mats before going to take any mid-game fights, as therefore you're more prepared for these mid-game fights and you're less likely to die. Again, I will be showing you guys some practice maps later on to improve your fighting to help you get out of Diamond rank, but for now, make sure you're consistently landing at a low-key drop spot where you can consistently make it off spawn and have good loot. Okay, so now we move on to point number 2, which is consistency and patience. Now in the Diamond ranked, again, like I said earlier on in the intro, you have Diamond 1, Diamond 2 and Diamond 3. This means it takes triple the time to rank up compared to a rank such as Elite, where there is only one single Elite division. Now what this means is that there is quite a big skill gap in the difference in players between Diamond 1 and Diamond 3, because Diamond 1 players are used to matching against the Platinums. Now this is because when you guys are in Platinum rank, you play only Platinum rank players and Gold rank players. However, when you get into the Diamond rank, you then match against Diamond 1, Diamond 2, Diamond 3 and Elite level players. So what this means is there's quite a massive step up from the Diamond rank up to the Elite rank, therefore making it more difficult in order for us to, for example, W key and fight. So there's 2 different ways in which I talk about consistency and patience. Again, we have the calm playstyle where you're playing consistently for endgame, or we have the more aggressive playstyle where again you're landing a hot drop and W keying, but you don't want to be landing, like I said in the first portion, you don't want to be landing an aim location where you're going to die off spawn. You want to be landing somewhere you can get your loot and then W key from there. However, when I talked about the consistency bonus earlier on in the video, what I meant by that is Epic basically implemented this strategy where your progress is based upon the last 5 of your games. So for example, if you died off spawn in the last 5 games, let's say you died in the top 80 for example in the last 5 games, that's going to mean that Epic is going to think you're a bad player in your rank. Say you're a Diamond 1 and you've died 5 times off spawn. If you die off spawn for a 6th time, it's going to have a much more substantial impact on your progress. It's going to derank you a lot more than if you won your last game and just ranked down and just died off spawn now. So what does that mean in terms of gaining progress? Well, what it means is that if you consistently place high in the games, maybe this is top 20, top 30, Epic and the ranking system is going to view you as a good player within the Diamond rank, and therefore you can capitalize on this. Also, kills in the later stages of the game are worth a lot more in Diamond rank than the kills in the early stages. This is because Epic view the players that are alive at the end of the game as better players within the rank compared to those that you kill at the start of the game, as it's a more skilled fight at the end of the game. So all of these factors come together to talk about consistency and making sure that you guys are constantly getting towards that end section of the game, your top 20 or top 30, where Epic will gain you more progress upon a successful game because they view you as a good player. Now, when I talk about patience, I mean patience within the rank, because there is 3 different Diamond ranks, like I said a minute ago. It's going to take a lot more time. Most likely, if you sit all day and grind, it's very unlikely that you are still going to get through the Diamond rank unless you are dropping massively high kills every single day. So it's going to take time, and it did take me a few days certainly to learn the playstyle and adapt in order to get through Diamonds. So don't get frustrated, try not to strive away from your drop spot and your routine. Make sure you guys are still keeping that regimented and making sure you're dropping at the same spot, doing the same loot routes and nailing that down, because eventually that consistency will come through and allow you to start being more successful in the games instead of just getting triggered and landing another drop. So that's what I mean when I talk about consistency and patience. Tip number 3 is all going to be about deciding your playstyle and deciding whether you're going to be aggressive or calm. I'm going to give you guys playstyles for both, which you're going to need to stick to if you want to be successful and get through Diamond. Starting off with the calm playstyle, you're going to land a low-key drop spot and make sure you guys are fully looted and kitted up. This includes max mats, searching all the ammo boxes and chests at your location, and then proceeding to rotate out of your drop spot to the dead side of the zone. Remaining on the dead side of the zone means you're going to stay where there are little players on the map. So again, this could be, only a few players on the dead side compared to the very heavy contested side where everyone has had to rotate into. So staying on the dead side just allows you to stay one step ahead if you're trying to avoid fights. You then want to be very careful at boxing up as we come in towards the end of the game, and then play the end game out. Very simple, trying to take height at some point to capitalize and win the game. There will be good players that have W keyed the entire game, but if you guys have played low key and prepared yourselves correctly, you can take height and eliminate these players to get the win. You will gain a lot of progress through this way through playing consistency, and again employing the use of that consistency bonus where you place highly every game, meaning you're going to continue to gain progress. Now we also have the aggressive playstyle, which is where you're going to be more of a W keyer, but again I have the same sort of start to the game like I said in tip number 1 for the drop spot. We're going to be landing somewhere relatively low key because I want to make sure that you guys are looted up and ready, fully kitted to begin fighting. Again, fights at the very start of the game don't have too much of an impact on your progress, so again, even if you get a kill early game but you still die 85th, it's still going to negatively impact your progress and consistency bonus. So the main thing you're going to want to do is land and heal and exactly get all your loot and mats and ammo up exactly the same as you would if you were calm playstyle, and then you start to rotate into your names locations, into your POIs. So for me, I land at the radio station north of Classy, I will loot up and then I will rotate down into Classy, and from there look to rotate in towards Relentless and get a route into your guys' head of where you're going to rotate to in order to take those mid-game fights and W key. Now if you're a calm player or an aggressive player that is looking to improve your fighting, the next section of today's video will help you out, as I'm going to show you guys a couple creative maps you can use to help improve your fighting to help get out of Diamond. The first creative map I'm going to show you then is headshot only box fights. Now this code is in the top right of the screen and there's some background footage of me on the map. Now effectively what this does is you can only kill your opponent by hitting a headshot because their health regens. So the only way you can eliminate them is by hitting a 185 headshot with the golden pump which you get in this. And eventually what this allows you to do is train your crosshair placement and train your crosshair aim in order to hit more headshots in those mid-game fights when it comes to playing ranked and eventually taking that on into tournaments. As you guys can see, you can also practice your piece control and then try and headshot your opponent. That's the whole point, and also using right hand peeks to try and eliminate your opponent. So just overall practicing your fighting and especially your aim using this practice map. Like I say, the code is in the top right and it's very, very good in terms of just improving your overall fighting. Now let's get into the second creative training map. Okay, so the other creative map I have for you guys trying to get out of Diamond Ranked is going to be the Speed Realistics by Ken Beans. Now again, I did show this in my How to Reach Unreal video, so make sure you guys check that one out after watching this. The code for this map is at the top of the screen and you guys can see some highlights of me playing it. Effectively, you get chosen whether to box up at the start of the fight or you get chosen to push the box at the start of the fight, but basically it's pretty much just simulating a mid-game fight in ranks. Now mid-game fights are the most important ones to win if you want to be successful in ranking up in ranks. So again, making sure you guys practice this map, practice your piece control, and then using your aim practice from the headshot only box fight maps, it all comes together really, really well when it comes to them ranked games. Now let's move on to the final section of today's video where we're going to mention our last tip to help you guys get out of Diamond. So my last point surrounds around which game mode is the best for you guys to play, and totally it is up to the kind of player you are. If you have 3 players that are really, really good around your skill levels, then squads ranked might be the best thing to play in order to gain progress. Again, if you don't, then it may be solos ranked if you're the only player of your friend group that is at your skill level. It all depends which game mode you can drop the most high kill and high placing games in order to gain you guys the most progress and eventually get you up through those diamond ranks. Now also a quick little side note as well is the ranked quests at the start of the game, which you do get. Obviously you can view them at the start of every game, do also help gain you progress as well. So if you can complete them, it doesn't gain you much, but it does also help out just a little bit. So say for example it's using a frenzy auto shotgun for one game, you may want to pick that up instead of the hammer pump just to give you guys that extra little bit of edge. But that's pretty much we all have to cover for today's video. If this video has helped you out, please make sure you've dropped a like down below and subscribe with notifications on, ready for future uploads. And let me know guys down in the description down below and in the comments how you guys are getting on and how quickly you got out of diamond using the tips from this video. Thank you everyone, peace out from me.